Good morning students. In this lecture 9th of electronics, we will discuss our last method of biasing of JFET and which is the source bias. So here you can see that we have applied biasing voltage at source along with the biasing voltage at drain. So here we have two biasing voltages, two power supplies, one at source and another one at the drain terminal. And one more thing which you can see is the power supply, DC power supply at the drain terminal, it is positive, and the DC power supply at the source terminal, it is negative. It means the drain, it is at higher potential than source, or you can say that drain is at higher potential than ground and source is at lower potential than ground. And here this RD, it is the drain resistor, RS is the source resistor, RG is the gate resistor, VGS will be the voltage across gate source junction, and VDS, it will be the voltage across drain source junction. Let ID be the drain current which is flowing through drain terminal, and IS be the source current which is flowing through source terminal. But we know that current through the channel, that is same, means drain current, it is approximately equal to source current. Why? Because this high input impedance of this gate terminal, this gate current, it is zero, approximately zero. So that is why this IS, it is approximately equal to ID. And here as this gate current, it is approximately equal to zero. What does this mean? It means that the voltage drop across this gate resistor, it will be Ig into Rg. Now as this Ig, it is approximately equal to 0. This implies that voltage drop across this gate resistor, it will also be approximately equal to 0 volts. It means this gate resistor, it will behave like short circuited. So that is why in this figure number 2, we have short circuited this gate resistor Rg. So now we will consider figure number B to find the proper operating point. And here you can see we have applied biasing voltage across source and drain, and gate is connected to ground. This means that gate is common to the input circuit as well as in the output circuit. So this configuration, it is also known as common gate configuration of biasing of JFET, because gate is common to input circuit as well as to the output circuit. So now to find the proper value of proper operating point or Q point, we need the value of VGS and ID. We need to find the value of these two. How we'll find the value of these two? By applying Kirchhoff's voltage law to the loop. So apply Kirchhoff's voltage law to this loop. What you will get? Plus minus, then minus. So here we have plus minus. So according to Kirchhoff's law, apply KVL to the input loop. So plus VGS, then again plus minus, signs are alternate, so we will again have plus ISRS, IS is approximately equal to ID, so we will write IDRS here. It is the voltage drop across source resistor RS. Then minus, then again we have minus. It means signs are not alternate, so we will have minus VSS. It is equal to 0. And find the value of VGS from here. VGS will be VSS minus IDRS. Or what will be the value of ID? Find the value of ID from this equation. It will be IDRS, it is equal to VSS minus VGS. Move this RS to this side and rearrange these two. Take this as a first term and this as the second term. What is this? This is the equation of a straight line, where this ID, it is along y-axis, mx, where this VGS, it will be along x-axis. Slope of the line will be minus 1 by RS plus intercept will be C. It means this will represent DC load line. And we know that, as we have already discussed this in case of bipolar junction transistor in our previous semester, that the intersection of the load line and the characteristic curve, either it is input characteristic curve or it is output characteristic curve or it is transfer characteristic curve. The intersection of load line and the characteristic curves gives us the value of operating point. So from this equation we have got the equation of the load line. So this is the equation of load line. So here we will draw the transfer characteristic curve to find the operating point. So we know that transfer characteristic curve is plotted between by taking drain current ID along y-axis and it is measured in milliamperes. Then by taking gate source voltage VGS along negative x-axis, and the transfer characteristic curve, it comes out to be like this. It is parabolic in nature, where this maximum value of current corresponding to VGS 0, it is IDSS, whose value is known, and similarly this value of voltage corresponding to which drain current is 0, it is also known, it is pinch off voltage. So this is our transfer characteristic curve. Now we have to draw the load line here, and we have the equation of that load line, and we know that to draw any straight line we need 2 points. So how we will find those 2 points? First, make VGS is equal to 0 and find the value, corresponding value of ID. Make VGS is equal to 0. So when VGS will be 0, this implies ID will be VSS upon RS. And when ID will be 0, find the value of VGS. So if ID is 0, then VGS will be equal to VSS. Also, what is this VSS by RS? It is the intercept, and the intercept is positive, and dimensionally this is voltage upon resistance, which will give you current. So when ID it is equal to VSS by RS and VGS is equal to 0. VGS is 0 on y-axis and ID is equal to VSS by RS at that time. Suppose corresponding to this point, we have ID it is equal to VSS by RS and at this time VGS is 0. And what is the second point of the load line? Second point of the load line is where ID is 0. When drain current is 0, then VGS it is equal to some positive value VSS. And we know that on this side VGS is negative. And drain current ID is 0 only on the x-axis. So, suppose this is the point corresponding to which drain current is 0 and VGS it is equal to VSS. So these are the 2 points. And now we will draw a load line. So load line will be a line passing through these 2 points and extend that. So this is the load line. And what is the proper operating point or the Q point? It is the point of intersection of characteristic curve and the load line. So this point, it is the proper operating point. And this Q point, it will give you the value of drain current corresponding to the operating point and corresponding value of gate source voltage corresponding to the operating point. So by this we can bias the junction field effect transistor properly just by determining its operating point by all of these methods. So in all of these methods, the Q point, it must lie in the middle of the load line or in the middle of the saturation region. Only then proper or faithful amplification will occur. So this was the case of source biasing, where we can easily determine the value of Q point. And here, just by changing the value of VSS or RS, we can change the slope of this load line, or we can change the Q point, because this Q point, it depends upon the value of VSS and RS. So that is why by changing the value of VSS or RS, we can make this Q point in the middle of the characteristic curve, so that proper or faithful amplification will occur and no part of the input signal or the output signal gets clipped during amplification. So this is all about source biasing. One more thing which we have forgotten, and what is that? The value of the output voltage. What is the value of the output voltage? It is this drain source voltage. And how you will find the value of this drain source voltage? It is same in all cases of biasing, by applying Kirchhoff's voltage law to the output loop. So to this output loop, apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. What you will get? Apply Kirchhoff's voltage law to this output loop. Here you have plus VDD. Then here the current is flowing in this direction. So this end is positive, this end is negative. Means signs are not alternate. So you will write negative. What is the voltage drop across RD? It will be IDRD. Then again sign of VDS, this end is positive, which is not alternate corresponding to this VDD biasing voltage. So again negative VDS. Then again current is flowing in this direction, so this end is positive, but it is not alternate corresponding to this VDD, so again negative, minus ISRS, and IS, it is approximately equal to ID, so you will write ID here. And then here minus VSS. This sign, it is alternate corresponding to this, so you will use plus. It is equal to 0. And find the value of VDS from this equation. What is the value of VDS? Move this VDS to the other side and you will get VDS, it is equal to VDD plus VSS, take minus ID common, RD plus RS. So this is the value of output voltage VDS in case of source biasing. So this is all about source biasing in case of junction field effect transistor.